Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Macomb High School for tonight's presentation of Bomber Football, brought to you by Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling, and of course TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Since 1960, Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. John Burton alongside me, Tony Weston, and we got Tegan running the camera up there as always as we're getting set for Bombers football. First home game in about 2 weeks here in Macomb. Bombers come into this one with a record of 3-2. Farmington still currently undefeated on the season, 5-0. Definitely a pretty solid program here in Farmington, and a Macomb team that's dropped 2 games to 2 pretty solid squads here early on in the season. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 teams match up. We got Brent Jones saying he's watching in the chat already. Glad to have him alongside with us. If you're in watching, make sure to get into that live chat and let us know where you're listening to us from. Clock says we got about 4 minutes and 10 seconds until game time. Doing some research here, trying to pull up these scores from the Farmington game last year.
58-7.
58-7, yeah.
58-7. Hey, everybody, we are back. Friday Night Lights on Macomb's turf field. Beautiful night here tonight, a little warm. But as that sun goes down, that's going to cool right down, and we are ready to play a huge football game between Macomb and Farmington. Yeah, that was a 58-7 game, but it was one of those games, John, if you remember, where that snowball just started rolling. And I think there were 4 touchdowns in a matter of 5 minutes. Turnovers, a kickoff return fumble, and interception, and it just kept coming. And that's one of those games you walk away and you say those teams are not separated by 51 points, absolutely. And you know that's in Farmington's. That taste is still in their mouth. So that's something they've had this game circled. They're ready to go. They're can't wait to get here to Macomb. So Macomb's just got to get up and answer the bell.
Yeah, absolutely. The Macomb team took a tough loss last week to Breeze Modern Day down there by St. Louis. Final score was 38-18 down there. Definitely a really, really good program down there in Breeze. And as you mentioned, Macomb looking to bounce back against the undefeated Farmers, as we see the Bombers charging onto the field here as we're getting closer to game time.
Yeah, that game last week, opening kickoff, boy, it looked real bad. Breeze marched down the field, punched it in, hit a seam route. We got the ball back, didn't do much with it. They had the ball, they're marching again, and then we had a huge stand, got the ball back, went down and scored. And there was about a quarter, a half where it was a really competitive, fun football game to see. Now, Connor Bishop was out, and that was throughout the week. We weren't exactly sure. He had a knee and was out, and we just could not get the ball going on the ground. And they just put 5 in the box and said, all right, well, then we're going to shut down the passing game. And there was they had they call it bracket coverage. So they had a press coverage on Deion Doyle and a safety behind. And he beat that safety. So he beat the press and just flew by the safety 3 or 4 times. So there were good things to take out of it. Freshman linebacker Lindsey May, that's his brother, Drake May, has been great for a freshman coming up. Is he going to do freshman things? Of course, he's a freshman. But he goes towards the ball, doesn't ever stay on his heels, very rarely, cuts through cutback lanes. That's one thing he does great, is he makes that read and shoots through right off the guard's hip. He's made a lot of huge TFLs. So there's been some really nice moments. We're just waiting for this Bomber team to put it all together into one football game, and there is no better night than this night right here for that to happen.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Bishop out last week against Breeze, but definitely been picking up a lot of the slack for the Macomb's team in the running department. He is standing down there on the sidelines. I would expect him to play here tonight, as it looks like Macomb will be kicking off to start this one, so it'll be Farmers ball. for the first drive. Got a couple more people in the chat here. Todd Moon saying great night for football. It sure is. And Leslie Weston saying greetings from Ohio. Idaho.
Yeah. Hey,
not Ohio.
Johnny, this is
Closer.
crazy. That's my wife, Leslie, and my little girl, Abigail, are at a family wedding out in Idaho. We have people listening to us right now from Illinois, Idaho, Florida, and Massachusetts.
Awesome.
Did I say Indiana in there?
No, you did not.
And Indiana.
Indiana as well, huh?
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Absolutely. So I got my manners tonight.
Not that you usually wouldn't, right?
Exactly.
Kickoff here to start the game from Case. Fielded around the 15-yard line. Farmington looking to return here. Takes this one to the far sideline. Brace the tackle and is brought down. I believe that was number 1 on the return. Jarrett Fauser on the Farmington side.
Macomb coverage does a real nice job. That ball is on the 20, on the near number, which we've talked about all year. That's Macomb wants to do that. He got that ball on the fly, starts to head upfield, and was stretched out laterally all the way to the far sideline, and picked up about 11 or 12 on the return.
So here's Farmington's first drive of this contest here in Macomb. We'll see what they look to do.
So that's trips with a nub. That's twins out this way with a tight end. That's up the middle, stuffed up the middle, a gain of about 1, it looks like.
Number 6, the ball carrier there. That's Jack Wheelwright, the senior on the Farmers side.
Now, that's one thing. Farmington has always had a good, big, strong fullback. And then the last, I'd say, 5 years, they've really went into this spread, throwing the ball around with a mobile quarterback. So, and there's the hitch right there. Fights forward to about the first down yardage.
A pass goes to the outside for Jack Gronwald. Close to the first down. Going to be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. Gain of 7 on the pass play there. Farmington now faced with a 3rd and 2 here in quarter number 1. Handoff comes right up the middle, brought down, hit behind the line, fell forward a little bit. It's going to be close.
Yeah, that's going to be close. That's that's a smart running back. It's about 1 yard short. About 1 yard short, but they made contact and he just threw his shoulders forward. He didn't try to keep the knees going. He didn't try, he didn't give them an opportunity to drive him backwards. He threw the shoulders forward to get that one.
10 minutes, 50 seconds here in quarter number 1. Farmington faced with a 4th and 1. Macomb looking to put up the big stop. It'll be a QB keeper to the outside.
Oh, they brought him down. In the backfield, the TFL. Who is this?
Great defense there from the Bombers.
Hector Mamie in on the big play.
Yep, number 55, Hector Mamie, the junior.
And that's one of those guys we've talked about all year, first-year football player. He just decides, hey, I'm going to give this a shot. Comes out there, and he's been making big plays all year out of that defensive end position, sometimes 3-tech, depending on how they're playing it. Walk those outside linebackers up. But he was the D-end that time. He held his ground. He didn't get upfield until those hips were right in front of him. That was just a phenomenal football play.
So Macomb takes over 4th and 10 on the Farmers' 40-yard line. Run play comes to the outside, splits a couple of defenders there. I think he's going to have the first down.
It's real close. That's Jerron Petty.
Petty on the carry. We'll see where they mark him down. Looks like he's going to be maybe a little bit short. Yep, about half a yard. Close to that sports corner first down, but not quite yet. Good to see Petty back in the backfield. Of course, missed a couple games earlier on in the season. Whole house fake snap. Couple defenders jump off sides there, and we're going to be walking down towards the Farmington end zone.
So at this point right now, we have not seen Connor Bishop go in on offense. He was absolutely in there on defense. In fact, they sent him from a slot position. They sent the safety over the top and he's an outside linebacker. He came out to cover the slot. He walked in and blitzed on the 3rd down play.
So that'll be a sports corner first down for the Bombers. Clock rolls under 10 minutes. Whole house on the keeper here. Jukes out one man in the backfield. Is going to be taken down, but not after a gain of about 6, I'd give him.
And that's one thing right there. Holt House, that was patient. Did you see that? He kept his hips underneath him and was able to make a couple of guys miss. I think occasionally he wants to make plays, puts it on his shoulders, which you want your quarterback to feel that way, but he lets his shoulders get out in front of his feet a little bit, and you can't make those moves when you're in that situation. So he was very balanced, very patient there. Great run.
Another fake snap there. Bombers face with about a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. Whole house takes a snap here. Got a quick screen to the outside. Drops back. Scrambles out a little bit. Fakes a throw and makes a man miss. He's coming towards the near pylon, and it's going to be a touchdown. Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for Braden Holthouse to start the scoring here tonight. Nice run there. About a 20-yard run for Holthouse and the touchdown.
Yeah, he got himself right to the edge of the Diggers College City Bowl red zone, and he covered the whole distance there all the way to the end zone. Took a shot right at the goal line. But you want your quarterback to say, I want the ball. I'm not sliding. I'm getting into the orange.
So that's how the scoring will kick off here in Macomb. Touchdown comes with 9 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Macomb lines up to go for 2. And a lot of movement there. Basically everyone but the center. Yeah, false start on Macomb.
This is something we've talked to Coach Horrell about is those percentages for our 2-point conversions. They need to come up. That's something we talked about when we were together. Is his philosophy is if I make half my two-point conversions, then I'm up on kicking PATs. And his percentages that in the past have been great. And this year it just hasn't been. So this is something he's really focused on, trying to get creative.
Holthouse rolls out to the right side, looking for Doyle there. Lobs it up to him. Doyle is going to make the grab.
Yes, he caught it. He came down
great
with it.
Grab.
That's an absolutely great grab because what he did, Holthouse throws the ball at the top of the jump, which he catches it there, but the defender was in great position and smacked at the ball. He played perfect defense, and that's just strong hands for Dion Doyle to bring that football down without dropping it.
Yeah, just put it up there for the big man. 6'5", Doyle stands at, put it where nobody else could get it. Doyle comes down with it. So the Bombers now with an 8-point lead here early on in the first quarter. You're listening to Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. Bombers up 8-0 after the touchdown from Holthouse and the 2-point conversion pass to Dion Doyle. Bombers, of course, will look to kick here. Again, just over 9 minutes remaining on the clock in quarter number 1. It'll be Case back to kick. Punches it towards the near sideline. This will be another return opportunity for the Farmers. Ball fielded at about the 19-yard line is going to be brought down.
Coverage.
Nice tackle there. Brought down about the 25-yard line. Not much going there on the return.
And there's that freshman. That's Drake May getting down the field. He caught that ball in the air. Now, that's one of Ian Case's better kicks. That ball not only was at the 20 on the numbers, almost exactly. Could have put it there. Could have placed it there. But it had a bunch of air under it. What's that do? That lets the freshman Drake May use his wheels, get down the field. That young man only gets 6 yards before he's met with bad intentions.
So Will right now back in the pocket for Farmers. Rolls out to the far sideline, splits a man, throws a pass a little bit high, but it's brought down, but not much of a gain there. Pass caught by number 13. Get a name on him real quick. That's Gronwald. His second reception of the game.
Brought down by Holthouse. And you know what? There was some pressure in his face. Alex Brown was back there. Turned him back inside. He slipped underneath it. It looks like he was going to be able to have a running lane there, but that was closed off. He got rid of the football and picked up about 3.
2nd and 7 now for the Farmers. Again, turned it over on downs their first drive. We're right back again. Sack brought down. No, not quite yet. There it is. That's number 77 on the tackle. That's Alex Brown on the Macomb side, and he's hyped up about that. Bombers take Wheelwright down for A loss on the play. Loss of 3 yards. Back to 10.
Did you see who had the initial pressure? Was that Ian Case?
I think it was. Not 100% sure. So now the Farmers faced with a 3rd and 10 after the sack by Macomb.
Trips to our side.
Passing
now they're
once
going
again.
with the now route. Oh, he just missed him on the there. Nice tackle. Drew Watson with a fantastic tackle. Had to beat a block, weave his way through, and he went and laced those ankles. He looked like a freestyle wrestler, to be honest with you. I know he's a basketball player, but looked like he got in there and hit a leg lace and got 2 for exposure.
So it would be a gain of about 5 on the quick pass to the outside. Brings up 4th and 5 now for the Farmers. Looks like they're getting ready to punt things away.
That's a big 3 and out right after you went down the field, punched it in, and got 8. Low kick, gets it away. Nice punt.
Watson back on the return for the Bombers. Fielded around the 25-yard line. He's going to break a tackle real quick. He's running down the near sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 44. So not much going on the return there, but Bombers will take over on their own 44-yard line. Again, they have the 8-point lead. Clock reads 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
So we've had a question, the point after touchdown, whether it's 1 point or 2 point, it's a conversion. Why is it called a conversion? Because they're converting the attempt is the best I can tell you. I guess as a coach, I never really looked too much into the semantics, but I believe that you are converting your attempt because you have one attempt to earn either 1 or 2 points, whether you kick or run a play.
House quick handoff to Petty in the backfield. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much going there on the run play. Tackle courtesy of number 51 on the Farmers side. That's Aiden Shepard, the junior, bringing Petty down.
There's a young 7th grader. I don't want to say names, young guy, but best hairdo in town. Right there.
Rocking the mullet. Absolutely. A little bit of movement there on the Farmington side. No flag down.
That moment right there is why we need to have – well, no, because you can't do that. But sometimes I wish we had headphones on Tegan so that he could follow my crazy thoughts.
House pass deep downfield just out of reach of the arms. I believe that's Watson down there trying to reel that one in.
That was a real nice play call. That was a little wheel route behind Deion Doyle, so Deion Doyle clears out. And that puts Drew Watson one-on-one with a linebacker, which is a matchup you want all day long. And he had him beat. He had him beat by 5 yards, but there was a little bit of pressure on Hulett, and he just put the ball just out a little too far ahead of him. But I love that he put it out ahead of him because then he's going to make the play. There's no danger on that throw.
So that sets up 3rd and 10 once again for the Bombers. No yards yet on this drive after the return punt. Hulett drops back to throw once again. He's going to be pushed out of the pocket to his right. He's got a little bit of room to run here. He's going to have the first down and a little bit more there.
He got about 17. And I'll tell you what, I watched the line play on that one. Really nice line. We got laundry on the field.
We'll see what the call is. Initially a 15-yard gain by Hulett.
Oh, they waved it off. Picked it up.
So it'll be a Sports Corner first down for Hulett on the 15-yard run.
So anyway, the line played great. And a lot of times when the quarterback scrambles out like that, you think, oh, well, there was pressure. There wasn't pressure. There was just a lane opened up. And what happened was their D-end on the far side of the field did get upfield. He got the upfield shoulder on our tackle, but our running back did a phenomenal job of stepping in. So it's max protect. And they just rode him upfield, and now all of a sudden there's a hole you can drive a truck through. Braden's like, well, I'll take that.
1st and 10 set up for the Bombers. Quick handoff
upfield,
there.
Nice.
Had a little bit of room to run there. Nice tackle by number 6 on the Farmington side.
A little more laundry on the field.
Yep, penalty marker comes down. It'll be charged to the Bombers.
Now, that particular laundry, you don't want to get that in with the white shirts of the Farmington Farmers. That could make a mess in the washing machine. I've learned that.
That's absolutely right. I didn't quite catch the call there, but Holding, yep. So it'll be a loss of 10 on the hold by Macomb. 5 minutes and I think it says 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Hard to tell with the poll there.
Let's watch this safety. Yeah, he's bailing, but not. That's nearly one-on-one coverage to Dion Doyle. If his move is to the outside, that safety can't get there. That's essentially one-on-one coverage.
Malachi Conley on the carry there. Tried to break one out to the far sideline. Didn't get much there. Might have picked up a yard or two. So Bombers now 2nd and long.
Yeah, and you don't have to go for the whole 18 right here. You want to pick up 8 to 10 if you can to make that a manageable 3rd down. But even if you pick up 5, it's going to be 4 down territory. So they're going pistol here.
Holt House, play action, drops back in the pocket, rolls
boy,
out, ball
just
on the
dropped
ground. He picks it back up. He's going to continue to run.
No, he didn't. That ball was kicked forward,
Oh,
and
it
Farmington
was.
picked it up.
So it'll be a turnover off the fumble by Holt House. It's hard to see what was going on there along the far sideline, but yeah, Holt House dropped it and then kicked it downfield. So the Farmers are going to take over on about the 44-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Macomb defense has played really well up to this point, so let's just keep it going. Let's give that ball right back to the offense. That would be, because right now you've got a spark here for Farmington.
Yeah, Macomb so far has forced a 3-and-out and a turnover on downs. Move right, scroll, rolls out to the outside. He's got a man. Hurdles the defender on the ground. That's number 24, racing down the near sideline. Hurdles another man. Big run play there. A little bit slow to get up. That was number 24 on the reception for Farmington. That's Keontre Barnes.
That was a very athletic play and a well-placed ball by the quarterback because the coverage wasn't bad and the pressure on the quarterback was good.
.32-yard passing play from Wheelwright to Barnes.
We got a little conversation here happening on the field.
I didn't see any penalty markers initially, so we'll see what's going on here.
I know what I think they could be talking about, but I don't want to say it out loud.
Definitely not supper plans, right? 4 minutes, 11 seconds in the first quarter.
You know what they might be you know what? I'm trying to read lips right now. I think he's saying that after the game, they're going to head up to Diggers College City Bowl for the Rockin' Bowl special tonight.
There you go.
And then after that, after they've bowled a couple games for $10, 2 hours, all you can bowl under the lights in the smoke show with the music, they're going to head over to the sports corner and they're going to talk about their bowling. I think that's what's going to happen.
There you go. Sounds like a perfect plan. Still conversating here.
Yeah, this is a long conversation.
Yeah, you got to wonder what they could be discussing.
Yep, personal foul on the – whoa.
Personal foul on the Farmers.
Huh. Coach Vallis is on the field like, what?
Yeah, not like you said, not exactly sure what was going on there, but that 32-yard pass play will be brought back 15. So a big loss on the penalty for the Farmers.
That is definitely not what I thought that they would be discussing.
So that's going to set up 1st and 25. Nope, they're going to bring the down markers back.
Yeah, no, that'll still be 1st and 10 because that is a post-play penalty after a first down. They're just moving it back.
Okay, that makes sense. So 1st and 10 for the Farmers on the Bombers' 40.
Okay, so they just found out we're in man-on-man.
Wheelwright drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Good
it.
pressure by
come
Macomb.
on.
Can't bring him down. Past the line of scrimmage. He'll gain about 5 yards on the carry. Wheelwright with the positive yardage run there. Bombers did a nice job collapsing in that pocket, but just not able to bring him down.
No, yeah, just he just was able to move through there a little bit through that traffic, but Langdon Lambert with the big tackle to bring him down and limit the gain. Another one of those guys that just decided to come out and try football.
2nd and 5.
This time he's coming down.
Sacked in the backfield. That's
big Ian Case.
Yep, number 81, Ian Case brings Wheelwright down.
And that was a game. Coach Wilson put a game on there, a little twist, and Ian Case paused, did it perfectly, shoots through, and just came in like a truck. There's nowhere for the quarterback to go to escape.
This Macomb defensive line has really been feasting against Farmington here. We've seen a couple pressures and 2 sacks already here in the first quarter. Definitely playing good up front on the Bombers' side. So now Farmington 3rd and 13 after the 8-yard loss.
Okay, now that's not man.
Wheelwright drops back once again.
Oh, he's
See a
Bombers
Bombers in front
hip.
of him. Throws it downfield, but there's nobody there. Flag comes down in the middle of the field. Two minutes and 32 seconds in the first quarter. We'll see where the flag is going. Ineligible player downfield on the Farmers, so.
Wow, that didn't take a long time to develop. Usually what happens there is that's a coverage situation where the quarterback hangs on to the ball for a while. It didn't seem like it took that long.
So Farmers will set up to punt this one away. It'll be Watson back again, once again, to return the punt. Low punt this time. He's going to go into the end zone. Ooh. Macomb avoids danger there. Pretty nice punt.
And their coverage player, their bullet, got down there and brought it back to the field. It must have just rolled onto the goal line. Boy, that looked like he was going to save that.
Yeah, definitely could have pinned back Macomb with really, really terrible starting field position there. I mean, that ball just crept up to the 1-yard line, but just rolled over into the end zone.
So no harm, no foul. The Macomb gives up the big play to 24. Nice throw, nice catch, but they go no further. So Macomb gets the ball back, 1st and 10 at the 20. Just got to cover the field again and get down into the end zone. I can't see minutes. I can see the seconds.
There's 2 minutes, and I think that's 14.
That is 14.
2 minutes, 14 seconds. Macomb's first play of this drive will be a pass play. Ball deep downfield into double coverage. Doyle jumps up, and I think he came down with it. He did. Not. No, it is complete to Doyle downfield.
Yes, he was
Nice.
waving the clock.
There we go. Dion Doyle, whole house to Doyle, a big pass play downfield.
That happens a lot where because they have to stop the clock, because in high school they stop the clock to move the chains, then they're waving their arms and you're like, well, he didn't catch it, but this is clock, and then it would be horizontal for no catch. Big man split out to our side.
27-yard pass play there. 1st and 10 after the sports corner, 1st down for the Bombers. Holthouse on the keeper here, brings it towards the far sideline, cuts in, cuts back outside. He's got a little bit of room to run here.
Get past it. Get past it. One guy to beat. Oh, nice play.
Nice tackle there by the safety. That's number 13 on the Farmers' side, Jack Gronwald. He's caught a couple passes here. He's able to make the big tackle there to save the touchdown. But
He did a nice job. He just stayed in the hip and didn't fall for any of the movement and just made the play. Man, nice run. And you know what? I can't tell. That was so quick. I wonder if that was designed quarterback pull. But a lot of times that's a read on a guard and tackle pull to the far side. He'll read the crashing end and just go off the end's hip.
So Bombers now set up after the sports corner 1st down. House takes a snap, a little bit of trouble there, but it's a direct run play to the outside. He's going to gain a couple yards there. Gain about 6 on the play, I'd say. 26 seconds to go in the first quarter.
And that'll be it for the quarter.
Macomb will let the clock run. So Bombers up 8-0 at the end of quarter number 1. Get the quarters changed here on the scoreboard. Again, you're listening to Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Macomb Bombers football right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And back here in Macomb for the start of quarter number 2, Bombers have the ball on the Farmers 21. Knocking on the end zone once again. Knocking on the Diggers College City Bowl red zone.
Oh, boy.
Low pass. Ball down in the backfield. House will dive on it.
Low snap.
Yep, going to be a big loss on the play to start the drive for Macomb. Loss of about 5 yards, 6 yards.
So they're going ace right here. I'm trying to watch the hand signals. This is a lot of times Coach Worrell likes to call a play called 6 switch right here, which is basically 4 verts, but the 2 twins trade routes. So you'll see the outside guys come into the seam and the inside guys come out to the flies.
3rd and 15 play. Bombers are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here for this one, get through some of our fine sponsors. With locations in Macomb and Augusta, and with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsalescars.com to check out their inventory. The Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street, Macomb, serving soups, salads, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Again, if you are listening to us, make sure to get into that live chat. Let us know where you're listening to us from. It's always interesting to see all the different locations. So Bombers now faced with a 3rd and 15 here in quarter number 2. Handoff will come to Watson, and he's going to
nice
be
tackle.
Yep, nice tackle there at the ankles and brought down. No gain on the play. And a couple flags flying up now.
And that's late. Who's that on? It looked like there was some stuff when he was taken down, but yeah, it's if you're the second guy, that's.
And another flag here on the near sideline this time. Little extracurricular activities going on. I think this is going to end up being a big loss for the Bombers.
I think that's going to be a 30-yard penalty, and I don't know if the second one was on the young man or if it was on the coach. And I'm speculating. I don't actually know.
Yeah, Watson was walking towards the sideline. Definitely a little upset.
He's been ejected. He is out of the contest.
Yeah, that's number 1, Drew Watson. So I would guess 2 unsportsmanlikes there.
Yeah, so the second one was
Yep.
on him as well. And I'm
Wow.
telling you, there was the second person that
Late
came
hit.
in. I don't even know if it was all that late, but he stood over him a little bit. Like there was a little extra going on. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying the reaction was warranted. I don't know. Maybe there was something said. I don't know. But obviously we reacted to that, which we can't do. And I'm not excusing it because this has happened to Macomb. You know, we have gotten personal fouls, and we cannot allow this to happen.
So that an early night for Watson here. He comes out of the game with 10 minutes and 57 seconds in the second quarter. So I think it's going to set up a 30-yard loss for Macomb.
And that changes the football game because that is your slot receiver,
Yep.
your kind of possession receiver, sure-handed guy that can go over the middle, or he can beat you out on the edge. He runs the jet sweeps, as that is what just happened. He's also a sure tackler on the defensive side of the football. So that is a huge loss for Macomb to undertake, and it's a sure loss next week.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, Watson definitely, like you said, one of the better wide receivers out on that team, and as you mentioned, wraps up on defense really nicely. So we'll see how Macomb adjusts after the ejection there. 4th down and a ton now for the Bombers. They're going to punt it away, of course. Punt will roll close to the far sideline. It will be fielded on about the 32. So that's where the Farmers will take over. Again, Macomb still has the 8-point lead, 8-0. We got Mike78 in the chat saying, greetings from Hawaii. Greetings, Mike. Appreciate you having us alongside with you for Bombers football here tonight. So the Farmers, of course, taking over now. Not much time has come off the clock, 10 minutes, 49 seconds. First down play from Farmington will be a run up the middle. Nice block there. He's got a little bit of room to run here. Down the far sideline. Tried to tackle there at the ankles, but it'll be a huge run play.
Boy, it looked like we had him in our arms 3 times and just didn't bring him to the ground.
That's number 34, Logan on the carry. Picks up a ton there. 32-yard carry for number 34. Of course, that is a first down for Farmington. Now on the Macomb 35. Fake handoff this time. We're right back in the pocket once again. Macomb, lots of pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. That was, looks like number 33 on the tackle for the Bombers. That's Brennan Bolte, able to bring Wheelwright down there. And again, this Macomb defense has been able to put a lot of pressure on Wheelwright.
I'm sorry, you mispronounced that. That is Thunderbolty.
Thunderbolty. Let me get that changed on my roster real quick. Be a loss of about 4 on the sack. Quarterback keeper again.
That was a read. Nice read. And he held that deep.
Yep, Wheelwright takes it out to the outside. Gain of about 8 on the play. 7. That's what the PA will say. So that sets up 3rd down and
7.
3rd and 7.
Big play here, big play. Oh, my goodness, taste of our own medicine.
Yep. Fake snap there. Bombers jump off sides. So 3rd down will get a little bit easier.
So now they're going to go with the fullback up the middle.
9 minutes, 18 seconds. We will have a timeout on the field. Did you see who that timeout was charged to? Was that a Macomb timeout?
That was us. Oh, absolutely.
Yep, Macomb
Yeah,
timeout.
That was our coaches saying, get in here. We got to get ourselves refocused.
Yeah, absolutely. A plethora of errors so far here in the second quarter for Macomb. Still hang on to the 8-point lead, but penalties starting to add up. And, of course, Watson getting ejected there definitely doesn't help anything. Macomb's original local sports bar is the Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all of the area TSSR Game Time live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. Choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 next West Jackson Street in Macomb. Bombers come out of the timeout. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 for Farmington. Another QB keeper. This time, hurdles a man upfield. He's going to have the 1st down and more. He takes it to the near pylon, and that's going to be a touchdown on the quarterback keeper for one Mr. Wheelwright. So that'll be the Farmington's first touchdown of the game.
We had a couple of our guys on the ground there. That I think this Farmington team's been re-energized instead of us.
Touchdown comes at 9 minutes and 8 seconds. Farmington looks to set up for the, see, are they going to kick this one? Nope, they're going to go for 2, and offside, the wide receiver jumped off on the far sideline. False start. So 2-point conversion will get a little bit tougher. We saw Macomb convert one of these earlier on from a little bit further back.
I almost think sometimes, and this sounds crazy, but that 5-yard walk back actually, I think they're going to bring out their kicker.
Yeah, I think they're going to kick this one now.
See, I almost think sometimes the 3rd and 8 is a little easier because when it's from the 2.5 to 3, you're like, oh, we should be able to run that. We should be able to, whatever. And then there's a tight area to throw it into. All of a sudden, you get that extra 8 yard, that extra 5 yards, and you bring quarters into play, corner routes, and all sorts of stuff.
So we'll have a timeout before the point after.
Hey, Jackson! That's my my little guy right there.
Waving at us through the window. That's always nice to see.
Oh, and you know what? Happy birthday to my buddy, one of our Little Bomber wrestlers who's now going to be a Macomb Middle School wrestlers, Mr. Dean Curly Q. Wagner. In my social studies class is today, 12 years old. Happy birthday, Dean. Hope you're had a great day and you're having a great night.
So after the timeout, once again, Farmers look to kick this one through. It'll be number 23 on the kick, Johnny Gibbs. Hold is down. Kick is going to fall short. So that'll be no good. Macomb retains the 2-point lead, 8-6. Again, that touchdown came at 9 minutes and 8 seconds, so Macomb will take over in quarter number 2. You're listening to Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bombers football right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Back here at Macomb High School for Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football. It'll be Gibbs back to kick this one away for Farmington after the touchdown. Nice deep kick there. Ball fielded around the 15-yard line. Nice return there. Makes a couple men miss. Ball we brought up to about the 39. I believe that was Bishop on the return. It sure was. So Bishop brings the Bombers out to their own 39 to start the drive here. Again, you kind of feel like the momentum taken out of the air kind of after that last Farmington drive a little bit, especially after Watson got ejected and all the penalties. And, of course, a couple big plays downfield for the Farmers. This handoff will come around to the outside and going to pick up about 2 there on the carry. I believe that was Malachi Conley. It sure was.
He did a nice job of seeing that the lane where he's designed to go was shut down, and he just kind of turned his shoulders, got low, and got through for a pickup of 3. Again, another first-year football player.
Seems to be a lot of those on this.
Yeah, there really are, and that's great. That means Coach Worrell's going out in the hallways and getting athletes out onto the field.
Absolutely. So Bombers now faced with a 2nd and 7. Holthouse throws it up to Doyle downfield. The ball's going to be a little bit overthrown. I think Doyle might have missed a step there or didn't keep running all the way through that. Well, kind of turned back for a second, slowed him down a little bit.
Well, that was a hitch and go. So call that joker. And so he tries to sell the hitch, but he didn't turn his hips back. So really it was just kind of slow down and go, and the cornerback just stayed with him.
So pretty good defense there by Farmington. Down will roll over to 3 now. 3rd and 7 still. 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Holthouse now rolls out to the near sideline. Good pressure there by Farmington. Holthouse is brought down in the backfield by number 20. That's Griffin Olm for Farmington. So that's going to push the Bombers back. It'll be set up 4th down and about 16.
Yeah, that pressure came through the middle, and Braden was on the outside, and he actually stepped back into the pocket thinking, keep my eyes downfield. But his eyes were downfield, and he didn't notice that pocket was crashing. And I think there were three white jerseys there for him.
So Bombers will punt this one away after the sack. Nice punt downfield. Ball will roll up past the 25. Will be fielded on about the 23. Or excuse me, not the 23, the 17. We got Kevin Ortega in the chat saying greetings from Chicago. Glad to have it alongside with us, Kevin.
Ah, Chicago. Love that city.
Having some pretty good pregame conversations about the football team in that city here earlier on TSSR.
Lively. I would say lively
yeah, maybe not pretty good isn't the right word.
I tell you what, as we established earlier, Tegan does not have the headphones on, so I can tell you I love that kid. Absolutely love him, always have. But, you don't tell him that.
Farmington will take over on their own about 17-yard line.
That's our cameraman, Tegan Perry, that we're talking about. Does an absolutely wonderful job with the camera.
Handoff comes up the middle. That run goes to number 6. That's Jack Reelwright, his 3rd carry of the game. Picks up about 8 there on the ground.
I tell you, that we got to have a couple of guys take hold of this team and just say, hey, guys, keep your heads in it. Everything was coming up Bombers for a while, and then all of a sudden, now the momentum is completely the other way.
Clock rolls under 7 minutes here as ball's on the ground. Pulled it back. Yeah, I think Farmington is going to be on top of this one. Ball falls on the ground. Again, I think they were kind of going for that read play there.
Yep. Yeah, he went to pull it, but he a little too far, and the running back's like, no, I'm taking this.
So Farmington will lose a couple yards there. Sets up 3rd at about 5. Again, Macomb can get the ball back here and punch another one in. here before halftime. As you mentioned, all the momentum seems to be on the Farmington side right now.
Coming out this way, that's a design quarterback run. Stretch him out. Oh, no. Close. I think he got it.
Yeah, I think he got the first down there. That's Wheelwright on the carry once again. I think he got it by about a...
Oh, that's...
No, they're going to say... It's really close. I think they're going to mark him just short. Might bring out the 6 to measure this one.
I think that's why they stopped the clock, yeah.
Yep. Looks like they're going to measure it.
Nope.
Nope, they're going to just give him the first down. So first down on the run play from Wheelwright. Again, that one was awfully close. Initially, I thought he got it, so definitely seemed like he pushed it past the first down marker. Clock now just under 6 minutes in quarter number 2.
Oh, we got a bomber down, too.
Yeah, we do. Didn't quite catch that initially. Looks like.
And that's the quarterback.
Yep, that's number 11, Holthouse. Seems to be dragging the left foot on the ground. So if the night couldn't get any worse for Macomb, it certainly just did.
That's a nice play by Connor Bishop. Came streaking up through and snuck through, and I think that was a TFL, if not, maybe about a gain of a half. Loss of 4. Oh, right, because they'd had the.
Yeah, I was going to say
that didn't seem
yeah,
right.
loss of
that
4.
Was first down.
Yeah. You get basically no gain on the run play there.
Coach Sullivan tricked me.
About 2nd and 10 still for Farmington. Quarterback keeper once again.
Come on, we need
to make a tackle in the open field. He doesn't. This one brought down the near sideline. Makes one man miss. Is able to gain a couple yards after that. Brought down around the 38-yard line in Bombers territory. Another big gain for the quarterback. Wheelwright.
And I'll tell you what, one thing I liked right there, on a mistake even, sophomore Kylan McMillan came inside and allowed himself to get swept back inside, which gave the ball carrier the edge, right? He wheeled out of that block and sprinted downfield and was in on the stop. He did not give up on the play after making mistake number 1. So very nice job of recovery there by the young man.
This one will be kept up the middle. Another nice run play there. We'll pick up a few. That was Jack Wheelwright on the carry.
Drake May coming up on the tackle.
Gain of 5 for Jack Wheelwright.
Now, one thing Macomb had early on in the year was a really nice rotation with those D linemen and even the linebackers a little bit. But with some of the injuries that we've seen, we're not seeing that. So we're seeing there's a quarterback pull again.
And that one's going to be pushed up. That's going to be, I believe, a first down for
absolutely.
Farmington.
I tell you what, man, we've got to hold our positions. I think that we've got some people trying to make plays right now and not just holding their spot on the line, because once you turn your body to try and squeeze through somewhere that's not your responsibility, you've just opened up a hole. And that quarterback's a smart young man, and he's taking every advantage of it.
So another first down for Farmington on this drive. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go and before the halftime intermission. Farmington knocking on the door, looking to punch another one in here.
Ball's on the ground. Oh,
once again, but Wheelwright falls on top of it.
Boy, that football has just bounced right back to him twice. Wow.
Yep. Definitely getting it. I shouldn't say a little bit lucky, but again, that sort of that read play there. We've seen 2 balls on the ground in this drive, but Farmington able to recover both of them. Would love to see the Bombers dive on top of one of those. So it'll be a loss of about 3 on the play.
No,
Second and
that's
13.
Step up, step up.
Another keeper for Wheelwright. He's going to.
That was a miscommunication in the backfield. I don't know whether he turned the wrong way or the running back ran the wrong way, but he was extending the ball, and the running back ran off his backside, and he just took off with it and made something out of nothing.
Gain of about 4 on the play. Sets up 3rd and 9 now for the Farmers offense.
Sorry, my attention here. I'm kind of watching Holthouse here on the sideline is walking with the doctor, trying to see what his ankle is capable of. That ball's up.
Right.
They're very handsy, both sides.
Yep.
That's absolutely.
Flags come down on the coverage there.
You are allowed to face guard in high school football, which means that I can have my back to the quarterback and I can be in your face, but you can't have your hands on him. And it seemed like he had his hands all into him. Your hands have to go up.
So this will set Farmington up with a pretty good opportunity to punch another one in before the halftime break. Just 1 minute and 58 seconds. Pass interference, of course, is the call there. Farmington will set up on about the 11. Wheelwright takes a snap. He's going to pull this one back once again. Faces a little bit of pressure, looking to throw. Not able to brought down initially.
Ball! Oh, you know what? My brother Joe hates it when I do that. I apologize, Brother Joe. Sorry. I see that football on the ground. I get very excited. And again, ball hits the turf and just stays right there at the feet of a Farmington player. Lineman is able to fall on that. So they retain possession. But excellent pursuit. He slips through a tackler. Again, another missed tackle. However, pursuit was excellent, and there's more black jerseys coming to the point of attack there.
So now 2nd and 13. Farmington will hand this one off. Brought to the outside. Stiff arm attempt there is going to bring it back. Gain of about 5 yards on the carry. That's number 6. That's the other Wheelwright. Jack. The Jack variety Wheelwright. Picks up about 5 on the carry.
That's a long way away, but I think that was Thunderbolty. And again, another one of those leg lace tackles where he gets low on the ankles and holds on and rolls through it. That's they call that hawk tackling from Seattle Seahawks.
40 seconds to go before halftime. Farmington sets up here. Again, 3rd down at about 9, and wide receiver's going to jump off sides once again, and it's going to be another false start on the Farmers, so they'll bring this one back a little bit further. Clock stops at about 29 seconds. Be 3rd down at about 14, and about 15 yards to go to the end zone.
Now they just switched receivers. So Macomb timeout for Farmington. I think that so Macomb just switched they had a nickel corner in and the corner Dion Doyle, and they switched them to match Doyle up with 24. And I'm not sure if it was 24 that jumped or if it was the gentleman on the far side. But they brought 13. You've got it.
That's Grunwald.
Yep, Grunwald there, which is one of their dudes over to pair up with 24.
So timeout on the field, charge to Farmington. Again, just under 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Farmington's got about 15 yards to go to the end zone, about 14-13 to pick up the first down. One timeout remaining on both sides. Again, we're still monitoring Holthouse on the sideline. He is up walking under his own power, but definitely...
Gingerly.
Yes, for sure. So Farmington now sets up for the third down play. We'll ride again, of course, in the backfield. He'll scramble out towards the far sideline, looking to pass downfield. He's got a man. It's going to be almost intercepted in the end zone. Right through the hands of number 20. That's Nolan Hogue. Almost able to pull that one down. What a huge interception it would have been, but it'll be fourth down still.
My, oh, my. That was like it was thrown to Nolan, but, I think he's got a lot of thoughts. And a lot of these young men are guys that are being thrust into positions. That's sophomore Nolan Hogue there that's, playing a big role on a Friday night. And I think as that ball is coming to him, he's like, do I take this? Am I going for a 100-yard pick six? Do I down it? Do I do that? And then didn't catch the football.
So we'll have another timeout on the field. We'll get through a couple more of the live reads here. King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, support all area student athletes. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set up an appointment, call 309-837-6932. They also perform DOT/CDL physicals for just $85. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there is limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. Rechecking the time there, Coach.
18.6 seconds left. So here's the situation. This is huge. This fourth down, fourth and goal, 15 yards out, right? No, it's not end goal. It's fourth and 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
They can get a first down, but it would be at about the 1.5. At any rate, we get this stop. There will be no trying to push the ball downfield. They'll take a knee. We'll head into the locker room, regroup, reassess. If another quarterback has to come in, you've now got halftime to talk him up, get him ready to go, instead of just throwing him in cold. Nice job. That quarterback is hit as he goes, and that was Hector Mamie again, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Double fives out there, putting the pressure on, hits the quarterback as he throws. The ball falls harmlessly onto the turf, and the Bombers will take over. And here's the thing, Big John, we get the ball after halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Macomb will, of course, get the first drive of the second half. Big defensive stand there for the Bombers. And again, they're probably just going to kneel this one out, take the lead into halftime break. Again, Holthouse went down with the injury, so we'll see who the Bombers have out there to start half number 2 at the quarterback position.
It looks like a knee.
That's number 12, Langdon Lambert, out there right now, kneeling that one down. But that's how the first half of play will come to an end. Bombers have the 2-point lead, 8-6 over the Farmers. Bombers, I believe, were able to convert their first drive in the contest, but the offense going stale and really just a plethora of errors. And it really, at certain points, it felt like it couldn't get much worse after Watson gets ejected and then Holthouse goes down. So definitely a disastrous second quarter for the Bombers, but able to hang on to the lead heading into halftime.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here because, as we know, we are halfway through the season, and we have not seen the Bombers. They don't have that prototypical big fullback. They don't have Max Reiner here. Don't get me wrong, Connor Bishop has done a real nice job, but he'd been banged up. This is his first game back. So this is going to be really interesting to see what we're going to do because in this situation, you want to run the ball. So will Langdon Lambert be able to run the ball and make those decisions like Braden Holthouse was? Is he going to be able to put the ball in the hands of Ian Case, Dion Doyle, Jack Beal, spread that ball around? Are we going to be able to move the football? The young man's coming into a huge football game, huge Friday night, and we're going to see what's going to happen.
So we'll take a break here at halftime. Again, the score is 8-6 in favor of the Bombers. You're listening to Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Macomb Bomber football right here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Again, we'll play a quick halftime interview and be back with you before the start of half number 2.
I enjoy working at MDH because it's a smaller hospital.
It's just a great environment to be in.
These people are amazing and my boss is amazing. We help each other out
makes the working environment more enjoyable compared to other places I've worked at.
It's not just like the people that I work with, but everyone in this hospital. They're all very friendly, very kind, very receptive to outsiders and new people.
You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family, and sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
I believe our departments here are very cohesive because we are a relatively small community. So not only do we know each other through our professional roles at McDonough District Hospital, but we very much see each other in the community as well. And so I think we have a strong respect for one another, our diversity in backgrounds, but yet all coming together for one common goal, and that's strong patient care.
Working in the emergency room is different from any other part of the hospital because I do a lot of hands-on patient care in a very high-paced, high-energy setting. You see anywhere from a stubbed toe all the way to really intense patients like cardiac arrest, so it's a huge learning environment. We never see the same thing twice, even if they come in with the same complaint. There's always an opportunity to learn, even with your stubbed toe patients.
In the emergency department, if you want to really use your nursing skills and your critical thinking at work, ER is definitely for a new grad. Working here just for the past couple months as an actual nurse, I've used a lot of my nursing skills I've learned in nursing school, and I've used a lot of my critical thinking skills. It just makes me feel good about myself, being able to help people that need help, that need to be taken care of.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. So that's probably what I think is most unique. We have a lot of travelers that come here and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys get to do that? Or wow, you get to see that? And I'm just used to the, level 4 and 5 and the more what we would classify as the more simpler patients, not the more complex and in-depth patients. So I think that's what's the most interesting part.
Working in acute makes it so special is the bond that each of us share. We all have a close-knit bond, especially with the ones that I started working out with when I first became a nurse, and the teamwork is tremendous.
Working on acute care as a new graduate would be a great learning experience. We see a wide variety of patients, surgicals, orthopedics, general medical, heart failure, diabetes. It's a wide variety that gives you a lot to learn from. Your basic nursing skills that you learned in nursing school will be used on acute care with all the different patient population, and to put what you've learned in a skills lab to practice with your patient population.
We have a great team of nurses that work in home care. Sometimes in home care we get into some situations where the level of care is very high at home and there's a lot of resources needed, and just setting up a total plan to meet the patient's needs, that's where the nurses need some help. They can care for the patients extremely well. Nurses who work in home care will tell you one of the biggest satisfiers about being a home care nurse is the variety of patients that you see. In one day's time, you may visit a person who has a chronic respiratory illness, then a person who is a cardiac patient, then a wound, and then maybe a new ostomy. So the skill set is a varied skill set, but that's also the same thing that really entices some nurses, because they feel like they are always learning and they're getting to use many, many skills and not just in one specialized area.
I think my favorite part about being in staff development is being able to mentor and collaborate with all the staff, getting to know all the faces of all the staff and be able to work with them to watch their growth. Also knowing how to educate, being able to educate in different ways. People learn differently. Some people are going to learn more auditory, some people are going to need to do more of the hands-on tactile skills. So just being able to adapt that orientation to be able to provide the education where they're going to get the most out of it. I think the biggest thing is being a resource for our staff throughout the orientation, as well as, we're still there as a continued resource throughout their whole employment to be able to continue their education.
OB is the best job I've ever had, probably the toughest job I've ever had, just because it can change on a dime. Everything can be going fine, and then all of a sudden it's not. And you have to be prepared for that, and you have to be prepared to care for 2 patients at once, one that you can see and one that you can't see. I've had my babies here. I've had one of my babies in this room almost 14 years ago. It's just an incredible amount of teamwork that goes on. It's an incredible amount of trust, and most of the time it's fun to see a new person come into the world and celebrate with those parents.
OB is exciting, and you never know what can happen and what can walk in the door, but at the same time you get to really give total holistic care in OB, as in you get to really see the emotional side of patients, and then you also get to help them physically too, so it's just a really good feeling. I look forward to having my babies here someday, because I know that my coworkers / good friends are going to take amazing care of me, and I know the providers will completely support me and my baby as well.
We hope that future nurses of MDH will choose us, and those who are already here will want to continue on, because we have such a strong sense of team, whether it's the teamwork within a department between shifts or interdepartmentally when they do a handoff between one department to another. It's just a very strong sense of team and support for one another, and a great respect for everyone's various roles, because it takes the whole team for all of us to be successful and for the patient to have a good outcome.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
In a small community like ours, shopping locally can make a big difference. Did you know you can shop locally for your home internet? While you're powering your devices with super fast fiber internet, you also get to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Every dollar you spend on our services goes to making our town a better place to live, work, and play. You're helping us support local education, build a stronger sense of community, and keep money right here in our local economy. Thank you for choosing your local internet provider. We're proud to keep you connected.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Back here to Macomb after halftime, both teams coming out, getting ready to warm up for the second half. Once again, it was the Bombers able to hang on to the lead 8-6 over the Farmers of Farmington. We'll go over a couple unofficial stats here tonight real quick as I get my roster sheets flipped over. Number 6, Jack Wheelwright, will start off for the Farmers, has 5 carries on the night for about 20 yards. Number 11, that's the quarterback, Lane Wheelwright. 6'3", minus 8, 31-yard touchdown, 23. That's 54, 68, 72, 79. Looks like about 84 yards on the night so far for Wheelwright, plus the touchdown. Had 1 carry, number 34, for 32 yards. Big play there, passing through the air. Of course, Wheelwright, the quarterback for Farmington, has 42 yards in the air. 32-yard pass completed to number 24. That was Keontre Barnes. And then 2 passes to one Mr. Gronwald for 10 yards. For the Bombers rushing, Petty has 9 yards and 2 carries. Holthouse, before he eventually went out of the game.
I got news for you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but he is on the field right now with a knee sleeve on. He's been bouncing around, doing some high knees. He just had a little moment with head coach Tanner Horrell. There you go. He's running now down the sideline. He looks like he's going to be playing.
And that is great news if you are a Bombers fan. Of course, Holthouse went down at the start of quarter number 2, but getting some sprints in there. He's got the brand new leg sleeve on. Definitely a bit shaken up. Got a big smile on his face. I think he's going to stay in and play this one, and that is going to be huge for the Bombers. Holthouse had about 65 yards on the ground plus a touchdown on his second carry of the night. Completed 1 pass for about 23 yards to Dion Doyle. And that basically rounds out, Malachi Conley, 2 carries for 3 yards. So definitely a low-scoring defensive affair here. And again, the Bombers' defense has done a pretty nice job pressuring Wheelwright out of the pocket, but he's been able to make some nice plays with his legs. And again, that read play, pulling it back from the running back, has definitely been good for Farmington.
Well, it's been great, except he's so good with it that occasionally he rides that hip all the way through, and they've put it on the ground a couple of times. They've put it on the ground 3 times. All 3 times, it's either stayed at their feet or literally bounced right back up into their belly. 2 of them have been on that read play, and one of them was when he was rolling out to the far side of the field. The ball was knocked out of his hand, but unfortunately the Bombers have not been able to recover any of those.
We'll get through a couple of the live chats here before we went on for the halftime break. We got Dale, Dan, and Dustin Martin saying they're watching from Morristown, Tennessee. Joseph Fox saying go Bombers, and Danny P saying go Farmers in the chat. Again, appreciate all of you taking the time out of your night to join us here on TSSR. It'll be Macomb to receive the opening kickoff of half number 2. And again, Holthouse was warming up there on the near sideline. He's got the leg sleeve on. If you're a Macomb fan, you hope for the return. So I believe that's going to be number 23, Johnny Gibbs, kicking off, the sophomore for Farmington. Ball's going to bounce up. A little bit of trouble there. He just has to fall on top of it.
And you know what? So you had the front 5 up here, and that coverage circle that Macomb had, respecting the leg of the kicker, was back deep. and it left a wide hole in the middle. And I thought it might be a pooch kick to try and get it about 10 yards or so behind that front line that's, waiting for an onside kick to make sure that doesn't happen. But you get that ball bouncing, and that's what you're going to get because those are awkward bounces, and it bounced up to his chest and bounced right off.
So Holthouse is in the game. He'll take the first snap of the drive here, hands it off to, I believe that's Petty in the backfield. He pushes the pile forward a little bit. Going to be a gain on the play there for the Bombers to start their first drive of half number 2. Yep, that was Petty, the ball carrier. Going to give him about 5 on the run.
So obviously having 11 back there under center, well, so to speak, is phenomenal. It's a huge boost to this Bomber team. What are we going to get from him? Is he still a mobile quarterback? We're going to have to see exactly what he has available.
Snap comes. He'll hand this one off to Petty once again. Breaks it around the far side, but nice wrap up there.
Picks up 1.
That was number 10 on the stop for Farmington. That was Carter Lambin, able to drag Petty down there. Gain of 2 sets up third and 2 for the Bombers, again on their first drive of half number 2. Holthouse will come under center. Snap here would be a sneak up the middle. Holthouse pushes the forward. Again, just right behind the center there.
I think he's just short.
Yeah, it's going to be short of the first down, I believe. Short by about half a yard, I'd call it. They're going to bring the sticks out to measure this one. 10 minutes, 25 seconds. In quarter number 3, they're going to not bring the sticks out. We're going to initially decided not to. They're going to say it is a sports corner first down, I believe.
No, they haven't moved anything.
PA just said first down.
Oh, now they're moving it.
Maybe. A little stutter step there. There it is. First down. Sports corner first down, should say.
Good to see that under center sneak.
Yeah, that's as you mentioned. It'll be interesting to see how much Holthouse is able to do with the legs after going down there. Petty, the ball carrier, once again, might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Not much after that. Virtually no gain on the run play to Petty once again. Sets up 2nd and 10.
And I think that we're going to be able to throw the ball, but I think what Coach Horl is doing here is if they can just pound the rock all the way down the field, then do it. Mm-hmm. And he's going to make Coach Vallis on the other side think.
Holthouse first pass play of the second half. He's got a man on the far side.
Free. Keep going. That's the big man. Keep
pile.
going.
He's got the first down.
Nice job. The big man catches that ball after about a 4-yard gain. Just tucks that ball. He had 4 Farmington Farmers on his back. Just kept the knees going and ended up picking up about another 7. And the first down, the sports corner first down, none bigger than that tonight.
The big man, Ian Case, getting things done there towards the far sideline. Again, another sports corner first down. Bombers starting to roll a little bit here. They have the ball on the Farmers 49. Low snap. Holthouse is going to have to fall on top of it. It's going to be a loss of about 6 on the low snap.
All right. Short memory. Here we go.
Clock rolls under 9 minutes. 2nd and 15. Set up for the Bombers.
We got a near side mismatch.
Yep, that's Doyle here on this near sideline being covered by number 8 for Farmington. That's Ben Marvel. Holthouse scrambles to the far side. Pass complete towards the near sideline. Going to be a completion about 7. That pass went to number 7. That's Jack Beal. His first reception of the game.
Braden was under pressure there and was able to make a little movement, which was good. So we got trips to the near side. You've got Ian Case isolated on the far side.
3rd and 8. Fake snap, no movement on either side. Bombers looking to pick up the sports corner first down on this 3rd down play. Holthouse drops back to pass under a little bit of pressure.
Oh, boy.
Scrambles a little bit, and he's hit big in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. Macomb's going to dive on top of it. Dangerous play there. You saw Holthouse roll out of the pocket. You know, a little bit of lack of stability on that knee. Kind of stumbled a little bit and was hit big.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have that mobility. And in comes number 12, Langdon Lambert, for a 4th and 9. He also, now this time he's pointing at his arm.
Yeah, he's got his arm kind of held up in like that chicken wing position now. He's definitely looking at the elbow.
He's Holthouse is also the punter with Drew Watson out. So now they're in plus territory here, even though it's 4th and 9. You know, a lot of times you go for this anyway.
Snap here, punt.
Oh, nice punt.
Yeah, nice kick there downfield. Ball will be fielded on the 15. Fumble temporarily, but it'll be a return by number 1 on Farmington's side. A little bit of room to run. Nice tackle there along the far sideline. So it'll be a return of about 10 yards, 10, 12 yards.
Boy, what a night for Braden Holthouse, huh?
Yeah. So the Farmington Farmers take over on their own 29. Sets up first down. Farmington's first possession of half number 2. Clock reads 6 minutes, 45 seconds. High snap there. Quarterback keeper once again, real right up the middle. Splits through a couple defenders. He's got the first down at about a yard.
And that's a follow. That's almost like an ISO play, like a lead play, except he drags that ball through. Running back just goes through and essentially becomes a lead blocker. The best block is if he gets tackled, and a lot of the defense converged on him. Quarterback just follows and was probably untouched for about 8 yards.
So it'll be a first down for the Farmers. 1st and 10 play coming. This one will be handed off up the middle. Nice ankle tackle there, but able to keep the feet moving along. So it'll be a gain of about 4 on the carry for Jack Wheelwright.
Freshman Drake May has to come out for one play. His helmet popped off as he's trying to secure that tackle.
Yeah, May hit Wheelwright in the backfield there, but just not quite able to bring him down. Sets up 2nd and 7. Wheelwright ball on the ground once again. Wheelwright's on it, but not brought down quite yet. Breaks free from the tackle by Case, and he's going to gain a couple yards there.
Three flags in the backfield.
Couple flags down on the play. Wheelwright gets the first down, but we'll see which way these go.
That was an illegal block on the backup presumed quarterback, Langdon Lambert, who's kind of walking a little unsteady back, but still on the field. He's fine.
Legal blindside block by Farmington is the call.
Sorry, I'm watching 12 to make sure he's all right. And that was 3 different flags that all came on it.
Yep. So we still got a little bit of discussion here. Maybe trying to figure out which flag goes to which official. Nope, we're going to have a
personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul on Farmington as well. So this is going to be walked off even further. Additional 15 yards there. So Farmington will now have the ball on their own 29. In 5 minutes and 36 seconds.
And I think they called that targeting. Was the personal foul.
They definitely could have. So 2nd and long for Farmington. Another keeper to Wheelwright. And he's going to be brought down there. Ball on the ground, but he's going to be down.
So that D end on the far side definitely turns it in, okay? But he stays in his position. What I'd really love to see is that he takes a couple of steps into the play to squeeze it down. You understand? So now you've taken that running lane and made it a much smaller running lane and give your guys a chance to close on that, because it allows that ball carrier to get those extra 2 yards out towards you, which gets them out of the way of the D line.
3rd and 20, real right, draws back to pass. Pass over the middle, broken up. Tip play in the air. That was Drake May getting a hand on that one. Close to an interception for Macomb, but the punt team will come on for Farmington, and they'll punt this one away, faced with the 4th and 20.
And now we'll see.
Blake Driscoll in the chat saying Braden is a tough kid. If he can move, he's gonna beg you to let him play. That's absolutely true.
Well, he's got ice on his elbow and his helmet off.
Punt here from Farmington. Pretty decent punt downfield.
Oh, checks back. Bomber bounce.
Yeah, nice
He
bounce
missed
there.
it. He missed it. Don't blow the whistle. That should be at about the 42.
Yeah, I think that's – we'll see where they spotted at.
No, he's standing at the 39.
Yeah. It's a little bit of the backspin on the punt there. We'll bring it back the Bombers' direction a little bit. Ball will be spotted on the Bombers' own 39 to start the drive here. Again, just a really low-scoring game to this point. We got just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, it's 8-6 in favor of Macomb as they take over. Handoff comes up the middle once again, pushes the pile forward. Big gain of about 3 on the play. Again, that's Lambert back manning the quarterback duties as Holthouse is still on the sideline.
My wife in Idaho is very impressed with me right now. That's all I'll say. King formation.
Lambert.
Oh, they're trying to stretch that. It was just a little bit slow developing, and that was a big tackle for a loss for the Farmers. That's about a 5-yard loss. I think they're going to give him forward progress, make it about 4-yard loss, and Petty's on the ground.
So again, the TFL there. Petty a little bit slow to get up. We'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live as they're going to come to Petty on the field. Again, the Bombers have the 2-point lead over the Farmers. This is Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bombers football.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
It's a good sign as Petty was able to get off the field under his own power. Again, it's going to be 3rd and about 14 for the Bombers. Again, Lambert in at quarterback. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man, Doyle, downfield. It's caught. Doyle's got a little bit of room to run.
Oh, nice tackle.
Nice tackle from behind there, but not after the big pass play. Lambert to Doyle. Goes for, what is that?
I love it.
About 35 yards?
Yeah. All of his teammates straight over to Langdon Lambert to say, you're the man. You're the man. Great ball, great release. And they're over there saying, we believe in you.
Sports Corner first down for the Bombers. Again, Lambert comes in the game. That's his first passing attempt of the game. Gets the big connection downfield, and Bombers will look to run up the middle, but it's going to be stopped. Might have gained about half a yard there. Not much going on the ground.
Was that 8 with the carry? Yes.
Yep, Bishop's first carry of the night. Picks up about a yard. Again, we mentioned Petty went down with an injury there just a couple plays ago. So Bishop now manning the RB duties.
So they're back in the 21 formation, in that king formation.
Lambert back to throw once again. Going to be a little bit overthrown. Pass will be tipped down. And flag comes down.
Pass interference.
Yeah, must be pass interference. Didn't really see much there, but let's see, that'll be PI on the Farmers, I believe. Still over there talking things over.
There's been no call.
Yeah, no call quite yet.
I didn't see us push, which is what would indicate offensive pass interference. Yeah, that's defensive pass interference.
So Bombers now pushing into the Diggers College City Bowl red zone.
Personal foul.
Off the penalty.
Huh.
Yeah, not quite sure what they were looking at there. I didn't see much there. Again, initially thought it was pass interference. They whistle at a personal foul, so now the Bombers knocking on the end zone. Bishop with
nice
the carry.
Cut.
Nice
cut
back there. He's able to pick up about 5 or 6 on the play. Pushes the Bombers a little bit closer. They got about 9 yards to go to the end zone.
Mr. Lambert's going to get his cardio in because obviously as a backup quarterback, he's not been he doesn't have that relationship with Coach Horrell on those hand signals yet. So I think he is running over every time to get the play.
That's what it looks like. Clock reads just over 2 minutes. Low snap. Lambert's going to have to scramble out to the outside, and he's going to be brought down.
He put his arm out like he was going to try and get rid of the ball, but you secure that ball, young man. So that basically wipes out the Bishop run +1.
Yeah,
so it's 3rd and 11.
Yep, 3rd and 11, about 13 to go to the end zone.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you wonder if you're going to see if Lambert can throw a jump ball.
Again, Lambert looking to the sideline, getting the call from Coach Horrell. 1 minute, 45 seconds in the third quarter, and Macomb will take a timeout. Their first of the second half. Get through some more of these live reads. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. They deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repairs and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell.
All right, so situation here, you got 3rd and 11. This is absolutely 4-down territory no matter who's on the field. So you don't have to go for 11 yards right now. But you want to put Langdon Lambert in a position to succeed. So either a jump ball and that's what's happening. Oh, just a little beyond him.
Lambert's pass was attended to Case there in the end zone. Again, Case went up to try to make a play on it, just couldn't quite come down. So now it'd be 4th down. And Tony, as you mentioned, definitely 4th down territory here, especially in a game with as little scoring as we've seen.
So now Dion Doyle is split all the way out. Okay, walks back in a little bit, but still he's all the way out to the numbers. I don't see them targeting him unless it's a post or something across the middle. That's a long throw for the young man. They may go right back to Case.
1 minute, 15
Nope,
seconds.
he is looking that way.
Lambert's throw to the end zone, going to be split up by Farmington, so it'll be a turnover on downs. Ball almost snuck through there.
Well, that Farmington knocked it down. They didn't want. Well, actually, they should have. If they intercept that ball, they get it back out at the 20. But he knocked it down because knowing it's 4th down. But he almost knocked it into a Macomb receiver.
Yeah. Almost split through the pair of Farmers there, but pass falls incomplete nonetheless. So nothing cooking there on the Bombers' drive.
Huge for the defense right now. Huge for the defense. Get a stop deep in the territory. Let's get a 3-and-out right here with maybe a TFL thrown in. Turnover would be great. They've tried to turn it over all night.
This one will be handed off up the middle, split through a tackle. It's going to be a first down and more. Puts the shoulder down, keeps the feet moving. It'll be a run play for about 15 yards.
And the Macomb player is down on the turf. He's getting up.
That was on the carry. That's Griffin. Or excuse me, not Griffin. That's number 34, Logan Utt. Picks up the 15-yard carry, just his second of the game. Okay, we got a Macomb player a little bit slow to get up now.
Is that Hector Mamie?
Can't tell if it's
55.
55. Yep, that's Mamie. Been making some big plays all night for the Bombers defense. He'll come off for at least a couple plays.
Boy, I tell you, we had that fullback dead to rights. Was it in the backfield or at the line of a scrimmage? And he just ran hard. I mean, that's all that was. That was just good old country hard running.
55 seconds, Farmington with the first down. They have the ball on about their own 34. Wheelwright will keep this one, takes it to the far sideline. It's going to be brought down, but not after a gain of about 5 on the carry once again. And they just keep going back to the well with that.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something we got to be aware of. We have to be in that position. You know, you've got your CBR guy on the backside. You're looking for cutbacks, boots, reverses, and you've got to hold that position. You cannot crash down. That's not your play. Your play is key the quarterback. Be in that hip. Look for cutbacks. Look for reverses. Look for
second
bounce,
and 5.
bounce, and then he sneaks through for a couple.
Yeah. We kind of talked about that. Macomb's done a pretty nice job getting into the backfield, just not quite able to wrap up. It'll be another carry. I believe that went to Utt once again. Gain of about 4, and the third quarter will come to an end. Again, low-scoring affair here at Bombers High School. Bombers still have the lead 8-6. Dealing with a couple injury issues, couple ejections. We'll see how the Bombers roll into the fourth quarter. You're listening to Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Macomb Bombers football right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Back here in Macomb, Farmers with just 1 yard to go to pick up the third down and keep this drive going at least.
I'd be shocked if we see anything other than that read.
Yeah, it just gone back to it almost every play, and here it is once again. Decide to hand it off, split up the middle. Got nobody to beat. Pursuit there by number 7, but he's going to go all the way. That's going to be a huge run play. Give him about 51 yards on the carry.
You know, and once again, we've said it all night. He was met at the line of scrimmage. There was contact. He runs through it, and then there was nobody in the middle of the field.
So the Farmers take the lead now 12-8 after the big touchdown run from Utt. as I am trying to locate my scoreboard. Not quite sure where it went. There we go. Touchdown comes at 11 minutes and 48 seconds. Again, quarter number 4 had just started. Farmer set up to go for 2. This one goes to the outside, and they are able to punch that one in. So the 2-point conversion good for Farmington. They take the lead 14-8 over the Bombers.
Well, I'll tell you what, situation they're in right now. Quarterback's out. Your running back has been banged up. He's back in now, though. But it would seem not at 100%. One of your top receivers is out. A lineman is out that didn't play today. A couple of linemen are out. Nobody feels bad. You know what I mean? Farmington doesn't care about any of that. They're looking for a win. So, next guy up mentality, who's going to make a play? You've got to help this quarterback out. You've got to put him in play calls that are going to help him be successful. It's not going to be able to be the full playbook that you've had. You're going to look for things like hitches. You're going to look for maybe quick slants to see if he can put it on the numbers in space like that. Maybe one of the guys can make a move, make somebody miss. You want to be able to get these big, tall guys down the field and throw jump balls. But, that's a touch pass. That's something that, you have to have reps for.
Squib up the middle is fielded by Macomb. Beyond their own 31 is where they'll take over.
You might even see one of the now routes where you see either a little bubble would be one or even one of the, we used to call it sage, where the wide receiver back to the sidelines is drifting back, waiting for the ball. But just get the ball out of your hands and get it to somebody right now. But the problem is the player who generally gets a route such as that is, oh, no, okay.
Lambert underthrown there.
That ball was tipped.
Yeah, under a lot of pressure in the backfield. Ball was intended for a case. Pass falls incomplete.
But get the ball out of your hands. But the problem is the player that those usually go to is Drew Watson.
Yeah, and, of course, Watson not in this one after getting ejected at the start of quarter number 2. So Macomb definitely working shorthanded in the second half and now in the fourth quarter. Lambert will hand this one off to Bishop around the outside. Gets a block there, is able to push forward.
Nice patient run. Did you see him settle in there? He made himself small so the linebackers can't track him. Looked for that opening and hit it and got about what? Did he get 6?
Yeah, give him about 6 on the carry. Again, Bishop's third carry of the game comes in after Petty went out. He's up to 11 yards on the night, sets up third and basically between 4 or 5 for Macomb.
While there's a little stoppage here, we talked earlier about one of our Little Bomber wrestlers, and right in front of me right here in the bleachers is Little Bomber wrestling coach Bruce Edson. Does such a phenomenal job. All right, we're back in. The ball's going down the field, into a crowd, hits the turf.
Triple coverage,
we got
flag comes down.
Pass interference.
Farmington players definitely not happy with that. We got another Bomber down on the field, a little bit slow to get up. That was Ian Case trying to make a play downfield. And again, that ball was a little bit underthrown by Lambert, but they're going to give the pass interference, so Macomb will walk this one off. And Case is walking towards the sideline with his helmet off. Got a little bit of a limp there. You hope everything's okay. Bombers can't really afford to lose too many more players.
It looked like he put one finger up at Coach Horrell, which would indicate, give me one play, but he's also headed over to the trainer's table. So maybe he was saying no. I don't know. Freshman Kyler Norton comes into the game. We, of course, remember him from opening night where he had a couple of those huge plays, a couple touchdowns on his first Friday night in high school.
Handoff comes to Bishop up the middle. Not much going there. Picks up about 2. And again, the Bombers having to dig deep into the bench, putting players in some positions that normally you wouldn't see them in. But again, when you're dealing with the injuries and of course the ejection, you got to find, as you mentioned, just that next player up. Got to find people to step up and make plays here on Friday night.
Now we saw some of the orbit motion against Knoxville, if you remember. Way downfield.
Into double coverage. That's going to be intercepted, it appears. Yep, big interception there. That was number 7 for Farmington coming down with that one. Trenton Passmore. Passmore, the junior, able to pull that one down. And we got another bomber down.
And that's
Lambert, I believe. Being helped up, but he's
staying in at this point.
Yep, he's staying in.
All right, need the defense here. Absolutely need the defense here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12. Get somebody off the field.
Yep, here comes Lambert rushing to the sideline. And Farmington won't get the snap off. 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Farmington again takes over after the interception. Wheelwright drops back to pass. Has a nice slant route there downfield. That pass caught by number 0. Boston Smith, the sophomore, picking up the reception.
Ian Case putting the helmet back on and running back onto the field.
Gain of 18 yards on the pass play and first down. Again, glad to see Case back out there, a little bit shaken up after that pass interference call. Again, Farmers have the lead 14-8. Wheelwright drops back to pass once again. He's got a man deep downfield. Ball's going to be a little bit underthrown. Makes the adjustment, but it is batted down. No, it's caught. Caught by number 13.
That is phenomenal
Jack
concentration.
Gronwald. Yeah, just made that midair adjustment. I thought they had that batted down, but huge pass play there. Goes for 36 now. 2 pretty decent-sized pass plays in a row. Wheelwright will be on the keeper once again this time.
Much better. Ian Case, yes. So we talked earlier about squeezing it down. He almost squeezed it down too much because he came off of the back hip, but he's able to get him in his arms. Now he's limping back out off the field after making that big play.
9 minutes, 35 seconds. Yep, Case will head back to the trainer's bench there after coming up with the big TFL. 2nd and 11 now for the Farmers. Wheelwright will hand this one off up the middle.
Rally, all right.
Nice
Not bad.
Nice takedown there.
Not bad.
That was Logan on the carry.
So what they did right there is they made him stop his feet at the line of scrimmage. I mean, not completely stop him, but shuffle his feet in order to change directions, which gives a linebacker time to get to the play. Now, it's a gain of, 4, call it?
Yeah, about 4 on the play.
But, those have been going for a lot bigger tonight.
Wheelwright drops back to pass here. Under a little bit of pressure, scrambles out of the pocket, makes a man miss, makes another one miss. Sweats through a couple bombers there. Really nice vision on the run there from Wheelwright. Was able to hit a couple juke moves. Didn't pick up a whole lot. A gain of about 4 on the play. 4th and 1 set up now.
Huge play.
Yeah, huge play for this Bombers defense if they can get the turnover on downs. Of course, they'll take over deep in their territory, but it'll at least give them an opportunity to get back into the end zone. Just over 8 minutes. 4th and 1 play comes. Direct snap to Wheelwright. He runs up the middle. He's got the first down, and
Still going.
Pushing the pile
Into the
close
end
to the
zone.
end zone. Yep, it'll be a touchdown for Wheelwright. $17-yard touchdown run. Comes at just under 8 minutes, 7:56. Puts the Farmers up to 20. 20-8 is the score. They'll set up to go for 2, I'd imagine.
Personal foul.
Yep, personal foul on Farmington.
And it'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Yep. So again, Farmington setting up to go for 2 after the touchdown run by Wheelwright. Unofficially, his 16th carry of the game, was able to punch that one in.
Watch the sniffer here. Right behind the right guard. Oh, he was just a kick-out guy.
Comes to the outside. Going to be short, I think. No good. So Macomb defense stands tall on the 2-point conversion. That was number 26, the ball carrier for Farmington. That's Jake Martin. So, I mean, still time here for the Bombers to work with. Just under 8 minutes to go. You're down 2 touchdowns. You got the backup quarterback in the game. I mean, it's a huge moment for Lambert if he can get something going here. But nice drive there by Farmington. Of course, able to punch in the touchdown. Let's get to a couple of the live chats here. We got Amber Larmore saying, "Go Farmers." We got Open One Hunting saying, "Let's go Farmers." Farmers fans starting to come alive in the chat.
Well, you guys got a lot to cheer for right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I tell you, this you could, and it's not just the injuries and obviously the ejection that they happened. It's who they happened to. You know, it's almost like you're ticking off the most important men on the field, you know, one by one. But again, none of that matters. It's a football contest. That's why you want big rosters. That's why you give reps to backups. You've got to have next man up and be ready to go.
And, of course, that's no fault to the Farmington Farmers. They've played a great football game here tonight. I mean, just abusing the ball on the ground. This kickoff will be a little bit mishandled by Doyle. He'll come back for the return. Takes it towards the near sideline, and it will be tripped up. Falls down on about the Bombers' 40. But again, Farmington, I mean, obviously the injuries playing a little bit of a role against the Macomb side, but Farmington has stayed level, stayed composed, and it has really just started putting it on Macomb here in the second half.
Yeah, obviously, so now you've got, well, again, none of that matters. So you've got your 11 out there that you need 2 scores in the second half, and that's how much did you say time was left?
About 7 minutes and 50 seconds at this point.
Okay, so this is there's going to need to be a little bit of urgency. You're going to need to call some plays that maybe you're not comfortable with, because you need to get the ball down the field and get that ball into the end zone.
Run play comes to Conley. He loses a yard. 2nd and 11 now for the Bombers. In 7 minutes, 20 seconds. Again, Lambert still in at quarterback for Macomb. Lambert will drop back to pass. Quick ball to the outside. Nice jump up there, but not able to come down with it. Pass was intended for number 5, Damon Johnson. Of course, falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a number that we have not called. Damon Johnson. Obviously, you've got Case out. You've got Watson out. Lambert is now at quarterback. So you've got Dion Doyle and Jack Beal as your regular receivers, and then you're trying to fill in from there. Oh, boy.
Yep, flag comes out. It's going to be a false start on Macomb, I believe.
Yep. Slot receiver.
I think that's Beal over there. Yep, number 7. False start charge to the Bombers. Now Macomb faced with a 3rd and 16. Trying to make something happen here late in this one. Lambert drops back to pass. Quick to the outside. Has Doyle there on the far sideline. And he's going to be swallowed up. Pass play goes for about 1 yard.
Now that's what we were talking about earlier. You just try and get the ball in the hands of one of your playmakers and make a play.
Yeah.
But the Farmington Farmers are a very well-coached team, very disciplined team, and they read that perfectly.
And Dion Doyle now limping a little bit there on the far sideline after receiving that pass. Definitely hobbling to get back to the spot there. So Macomb will go for it. Ball on the ground. Lambert picks it up. Ball deep downfield. It's going to be another interception for Farmington. This time picked off by number 1. That's Jarrett Fosser.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one of those that
really just bat that one down, right?
Didn't
get much on the return.
No, that was fine. That was fine to pick that off. Because otherwise, I mean, yeah, either way, that's fine.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is for the quarterback, you know what? Throw that ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's 4th down. See if somebody can make a play. Everybody out there is inexperienced or brand new to football or whatever it is at this point on the Macomb side of the ball. So it doesn't matter. Throw that ball down there and see if somebody can make a play.
Wheelwright hands it off to Jack Wheelwright, who pushes that one up, breaks a few tackles. It'll be a first down for the Farmers, gain of about 14 on the carry.
And you know what? At this point, you can see some heads down. You can see, and now Dion Doyle is limping off the field with the ankle. This may get a little out of hand on the scoreboard side, but you know, just like the 58-7 game last year, it wasn't a 58-7 football game. It just wasn't. I mean, it was. That was the score, but that
Wheelwright
wow,
off balance.
He saw that. You know what? That's one of those plays where he saw an open guy and was like, I got to try and get it there. And you know what? As off balance as he was, that's a heck of a throw. He actually overthrew the ball. But you know, we talked about it earlier. That football game last year, there were, I think, 4 or 5 touchdowns in the span of 5 minutes. And it was just the snowball started, and it is what it is. But those teams were not separated by 51 points. They just weren't. And tonight's football game is going to probably be a little more lopsided than it probably should have been. But, you know, these are 2 good football programs, and he's brought down.
Yeah,
and it's been a football game, and then obviously, you know, depth is becoming an issue, and you have what you have. But all credit to Farmington. Disciplined football team. They've just continued to play their game all night long, even after, as we've talked about it, they've put the ball on the carpet a number of times. But they keep going back to it because, and obviously, it hasn't bit them. It's always come right back to them. The ball just hasn't bounced our way tonight. But Farmington sticks to their, you know, Toby's a phenomenal football coach and a great guy, by the way. But they're just, nice play. Nice open field tackle right there. But, you know, all credit to Farmington. They're just continuing to play good football. 4th and 12 here.
Gain of 1 on the keeper from Wheelwright.
Did you see who that was?
I think that was Bishop on the tackle there on the far side. It was either Bishop or Beal. Sets up, I believe that's 4th down. Yep. 4th and 12. Farmington drops back to pass. Way back there. Deep ball downfield. He's got a man. Ball's going to be underthrown. Readjusts. Comes back to it. Ball falls on the ground. So turnover on downs. Macomb will take over.
Now he threw that into triple coverage. That's what we were talking about earlier, where their thought there is throw that ball down the field, and if they pick it off, that's a good punt.
Exactly. So,
and we're at a situation right now where the nose guard out there wrestled 138 for me last year.
So just over 4 minutes, 4 minutes and 9 seconds, Macomb takes over. Down 12. Again, there's still a little bit of time to work with, but we'll see how Macomb approaches it here. Everett will hand this one off. That's Petty back into the game. Run play goes for virtually nothing.
And again, they're doing a really nice job with the hawk tackling program. I mean, they're just coming in straight at the ankle, straight, eyes through the thighs, coming through the legs, wrapping them tight and rolling through the tackle.
Macomb sets up here for the 2nd and 10 play. Got Petty and Lambert in the backfield. Lambert drops back to pass. That one will be complete to Macomb receiver. That's number 20 on the outside. That's Nolan Hogue able to reel that one in.
I think that's Nolan Hogue's first varsity reception. Good for him. Nolan made a phenomenal play knocking down in the far corner when we were at the West Hancock game in the end zone on one of the goal line stands. I don't know if you got a chance to see that game. Macomb and West Hancock traded goal line stands. It was kind of crazy.
3rd and 6 for the Bombers. Clock continues to roll. Under 2 minutes. A little bit of flea flicker there.
Oh, boy.
Here's the throw. This one deep downfield through the hands
of Damone Johnson.
That was
Bishop.
Yep, Bishop back on the throw. He's a little bit slow to get up. Got hit by number 26 on the Farmington side. That's Hunter Darshman. Was able to hit Bishop there, and he comes off to the sideline. So expanding the playbook a little bit there. Sets up 4th and about 6. Lambert drops back to throw once again. That one's going to be broken up, picked off, and this is going to go for 6. Number 26, heck of a play there. That's Darsham.
Yeah, he jumped up, batted it down, and again, just like their fumbles, went straight into his belly, and he was in stride, straight into the end zone. There was nobody that had a chance at catching him.
That's a heck of a play from Darshman. So the pick 6 will extend the Farmers' lead. And they'll set up to go for 2 once again. Touchdown comes at 2 minutes 47 seconds. Headsets come off on the Macomb sideline. I believe some Macomb fans starting to pack up. Definitely a lot harder to come back after that interception.
Oh, yeah.
Wheelwright now is going to be brought down. No, he's still on his feet. Man, he tackled by about 4 or 5 Bombers back there. The second crew is able to get him down.
I tell you what, though, at this point, you really just want both teams. For Macomb, the guys that are still on the field, you want to get them off the field healthy and get on to next week. And, for Farmington, they're going to move to 6-0, and they're going to want to stay healthy and keep their dudes healthy. And, you really in the last, 2-3 minutes?
2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, you just want to get both teams off the field and move on next week.
So at the rate things are going now, Farmers will extend the undefeated season out to 6-0. Bombers will fall to an even 500 at 3-3. And Bombers will receive the kickoff after the touchdown.
It's just so unfortunate that before I say this, don't get me wrong. We played a football game, a full football game. There were officials. Farmington won this football game. They played hard, played physical, disciplined, very good coaches on that side. But what I'm looking at is, boy, I would have loved to see these two teams play, fully operational.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think when we had that early on, this was a fun matchup, going back and forth. And I would have loved to have seen 4 quarters of that. That's not what we got tonight. And, there's some young guys out there on the Macomb football team that are getting some really valuable Friday night experience tonight.
That was Beal on the reception on the kick. You're able to field it, I should say. And that's still Lambert back there under center for Macomb. Snap comes, handoff up the middle. We'll go for a short gain. That was Conley on the carry. Able to pick up about 3. Clock continues to roll, of course.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're going to see is you're going to see a couple of handoffs and get off the field. It looks like there's a bunch of younger guys out on the field for Farmington now too.
Yeah, Macomb just letting the play clock run dry here. Lambert takes the snap, hand off to Conley once again. A little bit of room to run. Nice tackle there by number 34. That's Logan Utt. He had the big touchdown carry earlier in the game, went for 51. Be a Sports Corner first down late in the 4th quarter. Again, the pace slowing down as both teams just waiting for the clock to roll out. I think it's about 1 minute and 30 seconds, it appears. Lambert will hand off to Conley once again, bounces it to the outside. Splits through a tackle and going to be close to the first down. I think we'll see where they mark him down at. That's going to be another Sports Corner first down for Conley. Back-to-back carries for Conley. Picks up 20 yards between the 3. Makes his night look a little bit better. Hit off to Conley once again. Hurls a man in the bounce field.
Bounces that outside. Cuts back inside. Still on his feet. Gets down there inside the 25.
Nice run there. About 20 yards on the carry from Conley. Showing a little bit of life late in this game. Again, just hit the pile, bounced it back outside, and was able to run it up for 20. And now we'll see Macomb pick up the pace a little bit now, knocking on the door. Hand off to Conley once again. Looking to make something happen. He is tied up and taken down. Gain of about 5 there.
Yep, that'll be it.
Yep, so the clock will roll down here at Macomb High School. Final score of this one, 26-8 in favor of the Farmington Farmers.
Oh, boy.
And we're launching off fireworks back there on the far side. I'm not sure how well that's going to go over, but there goes up another one. So again,
I'm just looking out at the Macomb police chief over there to see what his thoughts are.
Yeah, not sure if they're back there behind the bleachers. I
think so.
I don't know. Either way, Farmers improve on the season to 6-0. Bombers fall to 3-3. We'll take one last break here on TSSR Game Time Live. I don't think we're going to get a post-game interview from Coach Horrell. Really not much to talk about in this one. So for our final intermission of the night, you've been listening to Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football right here on TSSR Game Time Live.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
In a small community like ours, shopping locally can make a big difference. Did you know you can shop locally for your home internet? While you're powering your devices with super fast fiber internet, you also get to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Every dollar you spend on our services goes to making our town a better place to live, work, and play. You're helping us support local education, build a stronger sense of community, and keep money right here in our local economy. Thank you for choosing your local internet provider. We're proud to keep you connected.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Back here in Macomb, again, the final here was 26-8. I'm still calculating up my stats. 26. Again, we'll be back here next week as the Bombers look to take on Elmwood Brimfield at home, of course. So definitely got to be a bounce-back week after a couple tough losses in a row for this Bombers squad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And now, obviously, one of the biggest questions is who's suiting up next week? What pieces do you have available? And then I think making sure that the guys behind them get plenty of reps because obviously you need to be prepared. This is a big game of what if. I mean, things looked really good flow early on. And all of a sudden you start losing those pieces. But Coach Horrell has just walked in.
Pass the headset off real quick.
We were just talking, Coach Horrell, about how, this looked like such a good football game between two great football programs going head-to-head. And things just kind of started happening little by little and got away from us, and obviously it's next man up, but go ahead.
I don't know where to start. These kids they just keep getting dealt blow after blow after blow. But you know what? They keep getting up and they keep battling. We were winning going into the fourth there.
Yeah.
I got to do a better job of getting our backup quarterback reps. Third string quarterback reps.
I didn't even mention that to you. The backup quarterback was in street clothes.
Yeah.
That's third string quarterback that didn't play football before this year.
Right.
You know, so in a tough spot, and we'd mentioned it earlier, it's not just injuries. It was like, who's the guy you can't lose now on the field? And he's out of the game. Well, who's the guy you can't lose now? Now he's out of the game.
Yeah, but we never quit. I mean, we just kept going and going and going. I think if we punched that ball in there in that third quarter, maybe we hold on to that lead. I think our guys just kind of got worn down a little bit. And they're a great football team. They're going to win a lot of games. They're going to have a deep run in the playoffs. And we battle right with them, and we expect to keep going as well. Our goal is to win the next 3 games and get in the playoffs and make something happen.
Absolutely. And we started to see a little bit of spark out of the run game. The line, which we talked about. Here's the thing. The guys that went out tonight is one thing, but you don't have Jeffrey Lee available. The line has kind of had to come together new each week, and they had a decent night tonight. I mean, there's times here and there, but I thought pass pro setups looked good. They got fooled on a couple games, but their feet looked good. And Jerron Petty had his bet. I mean, it didn't have a ton of yards, but through the end of from the beginning of the year being hurt, he had a decent night running the ball. Malachi had a nice, and then you get Connor in there late. And I know your plan was to not use Connor on offense. That became obvious. But you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Their goal coming in, we weren't even sure Connor was going to play either side of the ball. He kind of talked his way into it, and I thought he played outstanding on defense. And we just really didn't want him to take a hit offensively. I mean, you can't control that so much on offense. So, we got a couple carries there. But I thought Jaron and Malachi really stepped up. I think those were both the spark that we can use going forward. Malachi's really tough. He's got thick legs. He runs hard. Jaron's a different kind of back, and he saw some holes tonight. I thought I was impressed with both of them. We've kind of been looking for that. So it was much better than last week up front and in the backfield.
We've talked about it in the past about there's a lot of guys on your football team that in a given year probably wouldn't be starting on Friday nights. But Alex Brown, week after week, is really coming in. He's made some tremendous plays. Hector Mamie has made some really big football plays. And these pieces are kind of starting to come together. Now you have a game like this where you get a bunch of guys injured, and it kind of throws off that continuity, would you say?
Yeah, yes. And I think it was just a matter of time probably before they're going to bust one. It was that one long run. But other than that, I feel like we kind of held our own. We had a big stop before halftime.
Huge.
And Alex has been a force all season, and kind of opposite to Ian. Those guys are two guys that are tough to block. And Hector's really stepped up. We've kind of moved him around all over the place on defense. He's played D-line, he's played linebacker, and he's willing to do anything. So we love having Hector.
Well, you love having a wrestler.
I love having everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. You love having a wrestler on your defense.
That's right.
Of course.
I'm glad he went out for wrestling.
Well, hey, we don't want to keep you, Coach. Appreciate it. And we talked about it. Now it's a matter of who suits up next week and put that game plan together, and let's get back here on this field and get a win next week.
Absolutely. Thanks.
So we appreciate Coach Horrell coming up for that interview. We'll go through a couple quick stats real quick as Mr. Tony Weston will step out of the booth. Again, please take all these stats with a significant grain of salt. We'll start off for the Macomb side. That seems like a fitting place to start. Bishop had 4 carries on the night for 13 yards. Again, came in late in that contest. As we just talked to Coach Horrell, plan wasn't to play him on offense, but injuries happen. People have to step up. J. Brown Petty had 8 carries on the night for 15 yards. Braden Holthouse had 53 yards on 8 carries and a touchdown before he went down in this contest. Holthouse also threw for 44 yards through the air in 5 attempts. Lambert, the third-string Q-back, came into the game, threw 7 passes for 42 yards. Deion Doyle caught 3 passes for 59 yards. Ian Case had 1 reception for 10 yards. Jack Beal had 7 yards on the night off one reception. And Nolan Hogue had his first reception, as Mr. Weston mentioned, for 6 yards. On the Farmington side, let's get the wheelwrights separated out here. That's Jack Wheelwright, number 6, had 7 carries for 38 yards. Number 11, the quarterback, that's the other wheelwright, one Mr. Lane Wheelwright, had 101 yards on the night and 2 touchdowns. And then I believe that's Logan Utt, number 34, had 106 yards and the long 51-yard touchdown run. Passing, Wheelwright threw for 96 yards. Those yards were split up between 3 receivers. One, number 13, that's Jack Gronwald, hauled in 2 passes for 10 yards. Number 24, Keontre Barnes, had 2 receptions for 68 yards. And then the final reception of the night went to one Mr. Boston Smith for a gain of 18. And that's kind of how the stats evened out on both sides. Again, Macomb will be playing Elmwood Brimfield. Same time, same place next week here at home. And again, as we mentioned, dealing with a lot of injuries, it'll be interesting to see who suits up. But I think after Coach Horrell gets a full week to really game plan around the players that he's going to have available, I think we're going to have a lot different looking football team than just kind of thrown together here after all the injuries tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of injuries to have all on one night, and obviously with the ejection, taking Drew Watson out, you're without a lot of key guys, and all at once, you can usually cover for 1, maybe even 2. At one point, we had so Drew Watson, Braden Holdhouse, Ian Case, Deion Doyle, all out. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lot of your team right there. So making sure that those backups are prepared, and Coach Horrell just said it. We got to get guys reps, and have them ready. And I think that will be the case next week.
So we'll get ready to get things wrapped up here on TSSR Game Time Live. Again, the final here in Macomb, 26 Farmers, 8 to the Bombers. So for John Burton, Tony Weston, and of course Tegan Perry running the camera tonight, you've been listening to Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We hope to catch you back for the Elmwood game next week, and have a great weekend, everybody.